The member for Petrie.
Well, thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Today I rise in frustration about the growing commute time for those travelling over the Linkfield Rd Overpass in Bald Hills. I want to thank the thousands of locals who signed my petition in support of calling on the state Labor government to upgrade the overpass to 4 lanes. In February this year, I wrote to the Queensland State Government Minister for Transport and Main Roads, the Honourable Mark Bailey MP, calling on him to make it a priority. I said, "Dear Minister, I'm writing to outline my concerns regarding Linkfield Rd Overpass, Bald Hills, and would appreciate your government's serious consideration on funding this vital upgrade." I was very disappointed when I read the Department of Transport and Main Roads investment program for 2017-18 to 2020-21 and realised the only funding allocated on Linkfield Road was $45,000 to construct auxiliary lanes. It needs more like $120 million. With major upgrades to Telegraph Road and Linkfield Road over the past few years, the bottleneck has continued to worsen, with cars merging from 4 to 2 lanes to cross the overpass. Locals have raised their concerns with me about the constant congestion and safety of this road. I would be very grateful if you could give serious consideration to urgent upgrading of the Linkfield Rd Overpass, and I look forward to your positive response. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you require further information. Well, that's what I wrote to the Minister back in February this year. To state, I still haven't heard a thing, and quite frankly, we need to address this issue. Locals deserve answers and a surety. Local Adrian Prince from Fitzgibbon said it's time to get it done. Greg Short from Deception Bay said this needed to happen for years ago. I imagine that Greg uses that road with work. It's a fair way from him. Thankfully, but we are upgrading, just for Greg while I'm here, the Deception Bay Overpass, which will start in June next year. I secured $120 million in federal funding for that in last year's budget. Now that's on the Bruce Highway, where the federal government has a key responsibility. The Linkfield Road is down in Brisbane on Gympie Road, which is all state roads. And Ken Raymond, you hit the nail on the head. The Linkfield Road Overpass is the sole cause of the bottleneck that obstructs east-west bound traffic travelling through Brackenridge, Bald Hills and Castledine. It remains an example of the Queensland Government's lack of vision, planning and future-proofing in those outer northern Brisbane metropolitan and Moreton Bay areas. We've also got funding for the on and off ramps at Griffin on the Bruce Highway. We secured $120 million for that, 80% of the funding, and we need the state government to throw another 20% in, another $30 million. And we've heard nothing from the local member for Murrumba or the government on that either. So locals deserve a long-term solution. So far they have received nothing, and the Queensland Government has not allocated any funding, and that's just not good enough, Mr Deputy Speaker. I say to the people in my electorate, it's not good enough. I'll continue to fight. The state government do need to find a solution, and they need to find it now. Now, since being elected in 2013, I've fought hard to tackle crippling congestion in my federal seat of Petrie. I have delivered funding for the Boundary Road Overpass, $100 million for that, and that is now completely built. And I can thank the state Labor member in that area for throwing in the 20%. He was happy to work with me on that, which I was glad about. We've also got the Deception Road Overpass, as I said, which starts next year, and it'll be a duplicate of Boundary Road Overpass. For those people that live up that way, they'll know exactly what that means. We've got Telegraph Road, which we've just upgraded in Brackenridge, and that was a joint funding initiative with the Brisbane City Council, and I want to thank Councillor Amanda Cooper down there for working with me on that. The Rothwell Roundabout, we also got upgraded. It's now a beautiful new intersection. It's helping traffic flow. It's working really well. I've got $120 million, as I mentioned before, for the Griffin on and off ramps to the Bruce Highway, and the Gateway Motorway, which the federal government has funded 80%, the Queensland government 20%, will open before Christmas, is what I've been told by Transport and Main Roads, so that's really important. So I want to thank those people that have written to me on this subject. I'll continue to fight my best, and we'll continue to make sure that we have a strong economy at the federal level to pay for this infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank the member for Petrie for the Herculean effort to make it to the chamber.